We are live at 5, live from London, late as usual. Let me move that light out of the way and make sure the camera's centered. Wish there were a way to do this before you actually went live. Right, what we're doing today, before I straighten that out, we're tidying up that little pile in the bottom left hand corner of the bench still. Pile of bits which doesn't look like much, but it is hours and hours of work, or has proven to be. Right, there we go. Right, welcome to Roberts & Co. Welcome to London. Little live jewellery making session. In yesterday's live stream we made these T-bar pendants and I need to make more. Well, actually, I don't really need to make more because we've got plenty of stock and I've been making them for days, but I've still got this. What I need to do is tidy up this pile of parts, which are the component parts of these, and I really want to get all of this cleared off so it looks a lot less cluttered. And clean up the bench. I'll show you what we made in yesterday's. So this is what we made in yesterday's live stream. They are a popular design of pendant. So I need to make bails for these. They need a bail like this one. Here we go. That is a bail. So I need to make bails for the ones we made yesterday. But I've got so many of these rings pre-made. I'm going to make some more. I'm going to make some more T-bars. I think I'm going to make some 2mm ones, which are the most popular, mainly 2mm, 2 centimetre, and some 2.5 and maybe a 3. So let's get the YouTube copyright free music on. We're drinking coffee today. Actually in a 19 Crimes in a wine coffee mug, if that's such a thing, in a wine brand coffee mug. Look at that. You know, you're drinking too much wine. There is no wine in that, it's just black coffee. I suppose it's... Do 19 Crimes make coffee? I know that, I know what they do make, because I've had it and it was absolutely disgusting, is cold brew coffee infused red wine. Yeah, don't. I like cold brew. Actually, I like coffee, and occasionally it goes cold, and I'll still drink it. But I'm not out there often buying cold brew coffee. It's just not hot enough in England, is it? Apart from a few days a year. But yeah, I like coffee. And I like red wine, so when I saw cold brew infused 19 Crimes red wine, I thought I'd give it a go, and it ruined the coffee. The coffee ruined the wine, or the wine ruined the coffee, I don't know. Right, let's get the music on. Is that on? Yes. After that little monologue about coffee and wine and combining the two, Coke and red wine, Coca-Cola and red wine, I should make that clarification. I like that. It's a bit of a child's drink. Well, it's a child's drink in other parts of Europe, which is why it tastes so good. Yeah, if you haven't tried Coca-Cola and red wine, you should. Diet Coke and champagne is the other one. Cost of living crisis, let's not go on about that. So I'm going to cut up some rod that we've previously strained. Sterling silver rod. Saw this up. I had some issues with the saw yesterday doing this. Let's hope things go a little better. This is a new saw frame, a fresh pack of saw blades. I think I was saying yesterday, these saw blades seem to be same brand that I was using before, the Lord. For some reason these new ones seem a little faster cutting, which is good, but this is taking a little bit of getting used to because they seem to want to skate across the surface when you're getting them started more than previous ones I've had. But once you get them going, they're great. Yeah, they take a little bit more care not to skate them down and mark the surface, which I did at least once over the last few days. I hope I've got enough solder here for these. See, I use the side cutters here, these Japanese side cutters. I put the notch right like that. I just use those to put a little notch, which is great for measuring out where you want to cut and getting the cut started. It's a little groove for the blade to get going. Don't go particularly deep. You know, deep enough that it would be a pain to polish that cut out. But not so deep that it leaves a mark once you've cut through. And I know thick, so you're not going. If you push too hard, you're going to go deeper than the width of the saw blade, and you're going to leave a sort of maybe a beveled edge on it. I mean, what you could do is open up a pair of dividers to the right width, and you could do it that way. But it's not going to be as quick as easy with a pair of dividers to get as deep a cut as you can with a pair of side cutters. Certainly if for some reason you want a very shallow mark, that would be preferred alternative. I really need to clean on this bench tool. Where is that gone? Genuinely can't see it. I've lost that. Where is it gone? Pinned it somewhere. It must be under the plants. There it is. Hiding under the pliers. You probably can't see from that angle, but here around the metal jeweller's chin of this bench is a plier rack, built-in plier rack. I really like these metal chins. I prefer them to the leather. Often get comments about them because you know, the old wives' tale at the start of every jewellery book is not to leave your tools in the chin, because you're going to drop your precious piece of jewellery and it's going to hit the tool and damage. And there is the possibility of that, but people often read that about, because what happens with the leather is it tapers down. So invariably you stick the files in the leather, and they will be, and you know, everything, whatever you drop, the file, the piece of jewellery will all end up in the exact same bottom of the V. So it is more likely to, it's probably more likely to happen in a leather than it is with one of these flat chins. But like I point out to people, the thing's metal, not leather. So it really it makes no difference whether it hits the chin or hits the file. Whatever I pin into here is hitting metal. No problems to date. I haven't tried firing an emerald at it though at high speed, but the main issue I have with this is losing things in all the filings. I think these metal ones, the metal, for some reason they're called chins or bench trays, but I think these were very popular, or certainly more popular for some reason in the Birmingham jewellery quarter here in the UK. Like the metal was the traditional thing for the Brummies, rather than leather, which means it probably came out of like the gunsmithing trade up there. Yeah, I do have another bench, same as this one, with leather. I've actually got another 4, but that's another story. We're all with leather. Beach benches with leather and chins. Although they probably need replacing when they're really old. Really old. Yeah, I think at some point I'll replace those with, I don't know, maybe I'll keep them leather. Well, actually, no, I probably won't. I don't know, maybe I'll look. Because then I could use this bench for setting, because it's got a the other ones haven't got microscopes attached to them, so this could be the setting bench. But then you probably don't need a chin on a setting bench. What you need is a stand, floor stand for the ball. I'll figure that out. There are pits in a minute. I'll figure that out when we build them. I think a lot of the more modern benches now as well, the certainly more expensive ones, come with a built-in, some sort of built-in tray or chin. There was a point where it was quite unusual and most people had leather. Trend, because of the built-in bench one, because the ones, the benches with built-in trays, that might be a trend that's changing. Not because people are bolting on metal trays, but because a lot of the benches have built-in ones. Right, let's make some 2.5 centimetre ones. Oh, I'll tell you what I did forget to mention in yesterday's live stream, our video about the pinfold painting ring sizes. About these things, ring sizing, our full length video. Blog post is live as well. Full length video is now on YouTube about these things. I've actually got 2 of them in, but they look identical, but they are different. Yeah, that's now live, so is the blog post on the website. For those of you interested in ring sizing. It's quite an odd thing to make a video about an antique no longer in production. I would say relatively rare jeweller's tool. There's not a lot of demand for those, so I wouldn't imagine there's a lot of demand for that video. But you never know. If you like them. I've still got to extract the still photos from the blog posts for Instagram and Facebook and X, Pinterest, but they're coming. Let's make these up. With any luck, by the time we finish these batches, I mean I've been making these for days now. With any luck, we've got enough now to get us through the Christmas season. And we can move on to other stock items for these live streams. Once this little pile here is done, still got some toggle class components there though. I need to make some gold wedding rings at some point soon. We're running low. Right, now each one of these needs a well-fitting ring. Well, they need to be a perfectly fitting ring. The well-fitting ones we'll use for the other parts. But yeah, this one, the main body of the pendant needs a perfectly fitting ring, so it doesn't move while it's been soldered, so it's straight. When I'm making these rings, I'll cut one off first of all and test out the saw blade and see how. So these are all really close to start with because we test out because each coil, for some reason, is that's a tiny fraction of a millimetre different. So that kind of determines what saw, and then the saw blade can either make them slightly tighter by using a smaller, thinner saw blade, or slightly looser by using a bigger, thicker blade. So right from the get-go they have quite a fine adjustment on their side. Sure each ring before it's solddered is both centered and straight. Using Argotech flux mixed with met. And hard solder. I don't know if that came out on camera, but I actually managed to somehow pick up molten liquid solder with those tweezers. Without any residue on the tweezers or them. They're Indian watchmaking tweezers and they're nothing short of magic. Whatever shortcut, I've said this before, whatever metallurgy nonsense they're up to with their steel, they're fantastic. They're soldering tweezers. They do tend to have a sort of budget and scarper mentality to manufacturing. And I do buy them straight from India, so yeah, I've had numerous problems and promises they'll make it up to me next time, which they never do. Suresh, if you're watching, you know what I'm talking about. The only good thing about the Indian stuff now, I'm glad they, for some reason, when you used to get stuff from India, they used to wrap it in like fabric sacks. So it was a cardboard box, and then it was sort of stitched in whatever. Originally it was quite a coarse fabric, sack material, and then they sort of switched to a soft cotton type fabric. For a while it's just cardboard wrapped in plastic, but they were, when they were using that coarse fabric, the little midges and stuff hopping up and down them. We used to get dog spray for dogs, spray the parcels before we open them. The only thing is now they're shrink wrapped in plastic. When you open them, you get the all that freshness of the Mumbai air coming right at you, sealed in, shrink wrapped in. Yeah, I'll make some videos about. We've got some quite good Indian tools in recent years. I'll make some videos about them. They seem to have stepped up their game for what would you call them? Like disc cutters, but the shaped disc cutters. Whatever the method of manufacturing those is it spark erosion or something? They seem to have really upped their game. We've got some quite good ones. Pattern plates for rolling them as well. Probably a similar process. Well, not a similar process, but a similar type of tooling can be adapted. So they're doing some good pattern plates. But every time I bought them, every single time, they've lied about the lead time. You know, send us the money, they're ready to go, ready to ship. We just need the money and we're getting in the post here. And as soon as you ship them one and the money, they're made to order and it's going to be 3 months. Great. Make up to you next time. It'll be great. Three times in a row they did that to me. Oh, you know what it did to me as well, which was just to, I think I ordered one of them like say in November, and then I got something that I had to pay customs on. It was a really low fee, but I thought it was the tool that I had on order for a couple of months. So I cleared customs. You know, it wasn't a £1 or something, £1.20 or something I had to pay. So something was odd, but you know, odd things do happen when it comes to customs. So I pay this thing. I presume it's the tool I've had on order for 2 months. They sent me a Christmas card, not the tool. And it had incurred some unpaid postage or customs of some sort. They don't celebrate Christmas. Actually, that's not true. Some of them do. But these ones I was buying from, I'm pretty confident don't. Know what that was for as well. That actually panned out pretty good in the end. They made me a pattern plate with crocodile skin pattern plate for the rolling mill. It could be alligator, no one's sure. You could probably, one end might be crocodile in this pack because it's different sizes at different ends, so I'd have to have a look into it. But you could probably get away with one end being the crocodile because it's got big scales and the other one being some other exotic leather. Yeah, it makes really cool. Shit. Took 3 months though. I don't know. I might have the. I might have the. I might have it here somewhere. Yeah, look at these. Give you a little close up of these. Like this is. These are going to be cufflinks. Check that out. Crocodile skin and alligator skin, sterling silver. Yeah. It's not engraved. That's pattern plate rolled through. Rolling mills. Yeah. It's quite deep. That's the good thing about these Indian pattern plates. They're really deep. But yeah, that is croc skin or alligator skin. Can turn out pretty good. But I still haven't had time to make anything out of it, other than sample cufflink blanks. Yeah, what I really need to do, I suppose, is solder backs on those and boom. We've got a sterling silver, crocodile or alligator skin cufflinks. Sustainable alligator made out of metal. No animals were harmed. At some point, somewhere in history, there's a huge hole in the ground. It's recycled now, so it's been filled in. Yeah, all the silver we use now is 100% recycled. Which is good, because whether you buy into the impacts it has, or positive or negative, if we recycle it, we're never going to run out of it. If you constantly rely on finding new sources and digging it up, there will come a day when it will become, well, it will just slowly become increasingly more difficult to find it, dig it up, and become increasingly expensive. At least now we've got enough out of the ground and in circulation that we can, and it is, constantly recycled. Yeah, like you can't recycle your petrol. Once you burn it, you burn it. But your jewellery can be recycled. So yeah, I mean, switching from fossil fuel powered cars and bikes and there's an ongoing debate, but you know, you've still got to get the electricity from somewhere, and whether it is in fact saving the planet from extinction, but even if it isn't, it's saving the motor industry from extinction, because in the long term, if you keep burning something, eventually you will run out of it. If everyone's burning all the oil in their cars, which can be electric, in many cases, not all, then there might come a day when there isn't enough left for the planes and the lorries. Although I don't think they're too worried about our planes, are they? They're worried about their military planes and military ships. But yeah, we're verging on topics that get us cancelled here, so let's get back onto reusing sustainable stuff. Reusing recycled precious metals is the key point, which is sustainable. Forever. Whereas digging a hole in the ground in a land far, far away never was sustainable. I suppose you can't be naive to the fact that it wasn't always, it might be 100% recycled now, but it did once come out of a hole in the ground somewhere in a land far, far away. But yeah, hopefully we're at a point now where we can recycle what we've already got above ground.